know? Don't you know?
Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean, and today is another 3 looks 1 palette video. I ran a poll like 2 weeks ago on what you guys wanted to see, and it came down to a tie pretty much between the 80s Baby from Pinky Rose, the Morphe Dark Magic, and the Paulina Blush Tribe. But I ended up going with Pinky Rose because it won by just a tiny bit, and technically the Morphe Dark Magic came in second by just a tiny bit, so that's what we're doing this week, and you guys really seem to want to see that when I talked about it in last week's. This is what it looks like in case you're new here. This was a collaboration from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. They did a whole vault collection where it's 4 different palettes. I have all 4 of them. I like mine. I don't have a problem with them. I know there was that huge controversy between bad batches and things like that. I don't know how true it is. I don't know how untrue it is. I just know that I like my palettes. I feel like the quality is the same as typical Morphe shadows. It's about the same, if not a little bit better than the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. So I don't really have anything much else to elaborate on as far as the formula goes. I am wearing the most simple look of these 3 for this, so this is not a very exciting looking introduction to this video, but I did 3 looks. I did 2 very smoky ones. One is very glam smoky, and then I did this more simple one with this palette. So I guess let's just move right on into the video, and we'll talk more about the palette itself at the very end. Alright, hello, look number 1 with this palette. I'm ready to play with it. I'm really sleepy today. It's like the middle of the day, but I'm so sleepy. I already primed my eyes with my, well, I primed this eye with my Smashbox lid primer in light, and I didn't set it because I don't do that. So with that being said, it'll probably be rare if I actually use this shade because I just don't need that kind of shade in my life. I am going to start with Shh, and I'm going to run that through my crease with a blending brush. This specifically is the Morphe M518. I don't have like a special love to it or anything, and I'm just running this all the way from inner to outer corner. I think I want to do something very dramatic, very dark, glam, vampy, I don't know. I just want something very dark and dramatic with this specific look, and I think I'm going to do a winged liner because I've had some comments saying that I haven't done one in a while, and I assume that means you want to see me do one. And really, I've been lazy. I haven't felt like it, so maybe I'll do it today. I have some time. I worked this morning, and I have a few hours until I have to go back to work, so I'm going to film this. I think I'm going to film like a chatty video of some sort, maybe a tag video, I'm not sure, but it's going to be up after this video. So I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to film some kind of chatty video, maybe edit a little bit, and then go to work, and then go to the gym. We didn't end up going to the gym last night because her ride bailed on her, so we're just going to double up tonight. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But we've been going strong. We've been staying dedicated to going to the gym. We're on week 7. Today will be the end of week 7, so once we complete next week, it'll be 8 weeks of continuously going. We haven't missed a day, and if we miss a day, we double up the next time we go. It's been really good. The shade is really pretty. Like, I know it's just a taupey brown, but it's really a pretty taupey brown. I really want this smoked out under the lower lash line, all up in my eye bag zone and everything. My friend Anya said she thought it was so funny that I call it my eye bag zone, but literally that's what I like to do. I like to just kind of cover my eye bag with shadow. I don't know if it's just me, but my face makeup I feel like looks absolutely beautiful today. Why do you have to drive by right now? It's one of those semis that's carrying many cars. This road doesn't lead to anything other than like a mobile home park. I don't understand where they're going, but I feel like my face makeup looks really good today. I didn't do anything different either. Some days it just works really well. Although, I'm going to get someone that's like, you're wearing too much blush. And I'm gonna just laugh at them. So now I want to dip into Temptress, which is the black, and I'm gonna dip in just a little bit. And I'm just gonna focus this really towards just like the bottom of the lid area. Weird plot hole, I guess. The whole point of the Vault collection was supposed to be the shades that didn't end up making it into the palette. Why was Temptress even a contender? Like, there's already a black in the original Jaclyn Hill palette. Suspicious. Suspicious. I don't know if they're exactly the same black, though. I mean, a black's a black for the most part, but I don't know if they're exactly the same. Maybe they're a little different. I have not swatched them. I'm not planning on it because I just frankly don't care. So now I want to take Inside Job because I don't really want to bring any more browns into the mix. I want to keep it very, I don't know, just blacks and grays, but I think I want to use this dark green as kind of my in-between shade. This is the Morphe E17. The one before it was just a little e.l.f. brush. This is the Morphe E17. I like the shape of this one. And I'm just going to take that pretty much on top of the black and slightly above. I'm not carrying this very high. I feel like this is my favorite way to apply shadows when I'm trying to do something really smoky. Some people like to go from lightest to darkest. Some people like to go from darkest to lightest. I like to go from like light to dark and then in the middle. I don't know why. It's just what I found kind of works for me. I don't know. I like to go back and forth a lot between the different shades. I don't have a specific routine. I change it up so often. I really like this dark green because, especially mixed with like this taupey brown and the black, it doesn't really look like it's just screaming green. Dipping a tiny bit more into shh. And I'm just gonna run that just inner to outer corner. I'm using very light pressure. Just trying to get this edge buffed out some more with special focus in this outer corner. Because you know I like a good, just blown out, winged out kind of shape. I don't even know where my train of thought just was. It left the station. It's gone. I don't feel like I do dark, smoky looks like this too often. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do this all the time, but I just don't feel like I do. I feel like a lot of the smoky looks I've been doing have been very bright. Taking my beauty sponge and just kind of pouncing over my outer corner because I like how that looks. Just really helps mesh things further more into the skin. And I'm going to wipe that first blending brush off just so it's a little bit more clean and just work on buffing it even more. And again, really light pressure. I find when I like just kind of hold the very end of the brush, it's less pressure and I just go very lightly with my motions. It just helps make things a little bit more blown out and airbrushed. That's looking very nice. Sometimes I love so much how one of my eyes looks that I really don't want to even bother doing it on the other eye because I just feel like I put so much work into this one. I just want to be done. Why can't it be acceptable to just do one eye? So for my lid, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do diversion more towards this outer portion, and I want to do the lighter one, power cut, towards the inner portion. And I do want to do a cut crease, but I don't know if I want to actually cut the crease. I might just want to do a faux cut crease because lazy mostly. And I've been liking the look of those more faux cut creases because, I don't know, you just get a really good clean edge that way if you have the right kind of brush. This specifically is the Spectrum A16. There actually might be leftover concealer on it because I did cut my crease with this yesterday. I'm taking my NYX Glitter Primer and I'm just popping this all over my lid. And I'm just gonna like make special focus on this kind of cut right here. I'm gonna dip into Power Cut first, which is the lighter of the two shimmery silver colors. And I'm just gonna start laying that down. I'm just using that exact same brush, by the way. I love this palette. I'm so happy I'm playing with it this week. It's also a nice break from the springy, summery colors. Because I hate summer. I like the springy, summery colors. Like, I like doing bright, neon-y makeup. Obviously, you can do things year-round. But since it's just everywhere, it's hard to avoid it, so it's nice to have a break. I'm taking this about a good to about here on the lid, slightly more than halfway across. And now I'm going to take Diversion, and I'm just flipping that brush over and using the opposite side. And I'm going to start focusing that towards this part of the eye. And I'm not going to worry too much about making it as much of a cut crease anymore. Like, I'll make it a little bit of definition towards the top, but I'm not too worried about it as opposed to how I was before with the first shade making it precise. And really, you don't have to do any kind of precision. You can just keep this very blown out. Do whatever you want to do. And now I'm just going to take that brush that I use with the black with no additional product, and I'm just going to start smudging right here. Just like this. And then the brush that I use with the green with no additional product, just to, again, smudge. Just so it flows nicely from shimmer to matte, and that's where it's at. And really, there's not much else I want to do, honestly, because I like where everything is sitting. I do have a teensy bit of fallout, not too crazy. But I like where this is sitting. I guess I need an inner corner highlight None of these are really a good inner corner highlight shade. I think I'm gonna use like my actual highlighter for this video because none of these are a good highlight shade. Like I don't wanna use this light silver as my highlight. I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Crystal High highlighter and I'm just gonna use my finger. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna use a brush. I'm gonna be clean today. Just dipping right into that highlight and I'm just going to swirl that in my inner corner. I love this highlight so much. It reminds me so much of Flexitarian. I know I've said that at least 100 times now since I discovered it, but it's just so pretty. It's so cute. Just gonna pounce over things. What do I want in my waterline? I wish so bad I had like a shimmery silver eye pencil. Honestly, I'm just gonna go in with a black. This is the Eye Define waterline one from Pixi. I'm gonna pop this in my waterline, obviously. Now, I personally don't love the look of just like a black eyeliner in the waterline, so I am gonna take some black shadow and just make sure there's no space showing. Like I want it to be a nice smudgy transition from the black waterline into my blown out lower lash line because I don't like just a black liner. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe just because it reminds me of old school times when people just like popped a shadow in their waterline without really doing anything about it. So I smudged that black and now I'm taking the brush that I used with the green with no additional product just to smudge some more. And see, it just makes a good difference, just having it nice and blown out and smudged. How many times can I say smudge? Rather than it just being like black in the waterline. Like it's a nice fade down. So for my eyeliner, I've been using the Beauty Bakerie Lollipop liner. It's not like it's my favorite or anything. I just bought it during a sale because I wanted to try it out. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't have like a good story for you. Oh, and I guess we're gonna do a wing. Watch, I'm gonna mess up horribly because it's been a while, but I can't really go too in depth while I'm talking, but I draw it in the tail first. I kind of draw it across the lid, I kind of connect it, and then I just build back and forth until I like it. My wings are always ridiculously big. I like it that way. Partially also my hand just does it that way. You don't have to do the wing, you could totally stop here. So this is where we're at with that giant wing. I like the look of it with this look. I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna do the other eye now, throw something on my lips, put on my lashes, and we'll regroup. All right, this is look number one. What do you think? I love it. I just feel very glam and dramatic, and it's really cute. Like I said, I only have plans to go to work and then the gym and edit, maybe film another video, but I like how I look. I feel like it looks pretty. On my lips is the Pop Beauty Basic B liquid lipstick, and typically I like these liquid lipsticks, but this feels extra dry today and I don't know why. And I have a lip mask underneath too, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'm probably gonna take this off and just wear a gloss for the rest of the day, but I do like this color with this eye look, so just a nice cool toned brown. That's what I went with. And my lashes are my Sugarpill Plush lashes, and I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. That's the end of look number one. Let's move on to look number two. Good morning, it's Saturday, the day after yesterday's look. It's 8:30 and I have to leave for work in an hour, so let's just get this done. I'm going to start by just running Potion all up through my crease because I want that to act as kind of the transition-y shade, the lighter shade that's gonna help blend out the other shadows easier. And I love this shade. It's so pretty. Right now I'm specifically using a Luxie dual-ended 249 brush. I don't always like to, it's not that I don't like to say my specific brush names, but sometimes I don't feel like it's absolutely necessary to say exactly which brush I'm using because I don't want you to feel like you have to have this specific brush to do this specific thing. Unless I really find this brush important, then I will say it. But sometimes you guys ask like, oh, what brush did you use for this step? So I guess maybe I should say it more often. I just don't want you to feel like you have to. Same with makeup. You don't have to necessarily have this palette to do this look. Just pull from shadows that you already have. Shop your stashes, you know? What is going on today? I have to work. Then we're meeting up with a couple friends of ours to have lunch, like a late lunch, because I'll be off at like 3:30. Having kind of an early day. And then we're gonna go see Detective Pikachu, and it's gonna be a hoot. And then I think Zane's playing D&D with some friends tonight. I don't participate in that just because I can't commit myself to it. So I'll probably film. I think I'm filming my Evolution collab. That video goes up before this one, so I guess I can talk about it. I'm really excited about the wig I got for it. It's so cute. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. I collabed with like a bunch of lovely ladies, and I'm excited about it. Just wiping that brush off now and then going back in again with no product on the brush, just the leftover. Just because I like a fairly clean brush to help buff out edges even more. And then of course taking my good old beauty sponge to pounce over that edge to soften things even more because it works like a dream for me. And now I'm going to take Inside Job, which is that green, and I'm just going to use the same brush that I used yesterday for that same green shade. I wiped it off first though, just in case there was any residue from blending. And I'm just going to focus this kind of in the outer corner and then directly in the crease just to deepen things up. I'm not going to bring this up too terribly high. I literally was just saying in the last look how I do my shadows like lightest, darkest in the middle, and here I am going lightest to darkest now. See, I switch it up all the time. I don't have a specific method. Keeping it really tight to my lower lash line too as much as possible, just not taking anything as high as I did that first shade. And then when it kind of looks like that, I'm just going to go back in with that first brush, just a tiny bit more potion. And start working on, with very light pressure, slow little motions. Not really slow, but just soft little motions. Going along that edge to buff and to blend. I'm going with smoky with this look. I don't want it to be open and airy and light. I just want it to be blown out and smoky. I don't know why that's the vibe I'm going for. That's just what I woke up feeling. I never have my looks pre-planned. It's so rare. If I ever have a look pre-planned, I will explicitly say it because I'll be excited that I actually have it planned. I always just go into these just head first. And now I want to take Trickery to pop all over the lid, but I want it to lean slightly bluer. So I'm going to try to lay my Midnight pencil from NYX all over the lid first and just kind of see what happens if I stick this over top of it. And I like putting shimmers on top of an eyeliner sometimes too because it really just tends to accentuate it and pop. But we'll see. I don't know if this will make a difference. I'm just experimenting. I'm just taking the shadow side of that same Luxie brush and I'm going to dip into Trickery. And I'm not even going to go in with glitter glue. We're just going straight in with the shadow. All on its own. Which I might regret. I like having glitter glue. I'm going to take some glitter glue. I can't not. I've just gotten so used to it now I expect it. Man, this is excessive. You do not need to lay down an eyeliner and a glitter glue. I mean, maybe you do. We'll see what the effect is. Oh, that lays down so much better over top of the glitter glue. I don't love this shadow just because it's not that exciting. It's just not that metallic, you know what I mean? So now I want to take Busted and I'm just taking a tiny little brush. This is the same brush that I used yesterday, but it's a clean version of that brush. I have multiple of these brushes. And I just want this to kind of tuck in the outer corner just to add a little bit more blue element to the look. And I'm going to take that same shade on this flat brush just to really like push against my lower lashes at the bottom to add some definition. And then just going to go back in with that brush I used with the darker green. And I wiped it off so there's not really any product on it anymore. I just want to use that to smudge. I think for tomorrow's look, I'm going to do something not smoky. I'm going to try to do something very light and airy because this is in itself a smoky palette. Like, that's the intent of this palette, clearly, just from what the shades are. Everything's very moody and dark. Not a whole lot of light stuff, but I want to try to do a light, airy look for look 3. So we'll see how that goes. I might change my mind. We'll see. Like I said, I don't really like to plan my looks. I'm liking what that's doing. Just going to pounce my sponge again. And then like I said, I don't really like any of the highlight shades in this palette. Like none of them are a highlight shade for me. So I'm just going to go back in with my Crystal High highlight from Wet n Wild. Just going to take it on that little brush again and pop it in my inner corner because it's so lovely. I'm going to take a pretty clean brush really quick, and I'm going to kind of mix Potion and Poof. I know I said I wasn't going to use that Poof shade, but I just want kind of a lighter version of Potion, just to carry all around the edge of this eye look. I feel like it just adds a nice little finishing touch. And now I need something for my waterline. I guess I'll probably just use Midnight actually from NYX, so I'm gonna do that. Just taking Busted, which is that blue, and just really making sure there's not a lot of skin peeking through because I want it to be nice and dark right against those lashes. Doing one final blend with that clean-ish brush that I used with the green. This is the Morphe E17. I'm so bad at saying the names of brushes, sorry. Just a smallish brush. And I like that. It's very smoky. It's greeny blue. I'm gonna do the other eye, put on my lashes, and throw something on my lips, and we'll finish this up. So this is the end of look number 2. I like it. I do have some thoughts though. As I was in the midst of doing this one, I noticed that this one where the shimmer is, right where my crease is, it wanted to crease a bit. So I thought, hey, maybe it's because I layered too many products on my lid, you know? So I didn't do the NYX liner underneath this one, which obviously it makes no difference on the color because it's the exact same. But I did still do the glitter primer because I always do that with my shimmers. I don't ever get an issue if anything, things stick better because of it. And it's still doing that kind of creasy thing. It's obviously not bad. Like, you might not even be able to tell on camera because it's so minuscule, but I notice it when I'm up close and I don't like it. And basically, like, this palette isn't bad, but if I want a blue-green palette, this is not the one I'm gonna reach for. But I don't feel like it was as bad as everyone was making it seem. And again, I don't know if there was a bad batch / good batch. I don't know if people were just being over dramatic. I don't know anything. I just know that I like my palettes, but they're not the best, you know, especially this one. It's not the best. It's not bad, but it's not the best. And it could also just be the shadow. So far, this is the only one I've had like an issue with is that shimmer, and it's not even that big of an issue. It's just a very picky little detail that I felt like I'd share with you. Anyways, the lip color I went with is I tapped some of the Alyssa Ultra Satin Lip from ColourPop all over my lips, and then I put some of the QT So Juicy Gloss over top, and I like it. I like pinks with very dark bluey, greeny, smoky eyes, I guess. Apparently. My lashes are the same Sugarpill Plush lashes from the last look, and I'm sure they will be for the next look because I'm just gonna wear these until they die. And I mean, that's it for look number 2. Let's move on to look number 3. Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday, and no, it's not, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's the morning. I'm getting ready for my day. I don't work till way later, so we're just gonna play with some makeup, and I'm gonna film some videos until I have to leave. I'm gonna go in first with Potion, and like I said in look number 2, I think I'm gonna keep this look more simple because the other two were very smoky and blown out. I'm using that same dual-ended Luxie brush, but I did wipe off the blending side, so it's clean, and really I use this for green anyway, so it's fine. And this I'm just going to focus more so in this outer corner of my eye and underneath that lower lash. A little more heavy on the lower lash. I am going to have a slightly blown out lower lash line, but as far as the rest of the lid goes, I want it to be more light and just airy. Like, I don't even want this green going all the way towards the inner. My stomach is growling so much, and I don't even know why, because I don't even usually eat breakfast. I don't know why I'm hungry right now. Maybe I should tend to that. Using the same brush, I'm going to do kind of that Poof and Potion mixture that I did in the last look, just to have a lighter version of Potion. And I'm just going to run that right along that edge, just to soften things. By the way, my eyes are primed and not set as usual. I just didn't talk about it this time, I guess. And now I'm just going to pounce my sponge along the edge because that is how I do things. And then really the only other thing I want to do for my actual lid is put Power Cut just kind of on my lid. I'm just going to use my finger, not even using glitter glue, just laying that shade down. I apologize if this look might seem a little boring, but I just didn't want like 3 smoky looks in a row, you know? I thought something simple might be nice. Today is the day that our Pokemon Evolution collab went up, so go check that out. It was a lot of fun. But someone just called me out for my wig being too low, as if I didn't already call myself out in that video. I don't know how to apply wigs, but I'm going to continue to wear them. I'm now taking Mojo on like a pencil-y, not pencil, but like a flat definer brush. And I'm going to place that right up against my lashes, specifically in the outer corner. I'm not going to take this all the way in, more so just like this outer portion to add a little definition and smokiness without it going like overkill, you know? And then I'm just going to smudge that out while someone revs their engine very loudly outside my window. I'm actually going to take this teeny brush and just a tiny bit of Mojo again, just to place literally in this like outer spot. I'm not carrying this up at all. I just want a little definition in that outer corner just to flow in with the lower lash definition. And then just going to blend that out. Why is someone going nuts outside my window with their damn car? And then just going to pat over that edge once again. And pretty much that's it for this look. It's nice and simple, but I am going to highlight my inner corner again with that same highlight from Wet n Wild, the Crystal High one. Just popping some of that on my brush. I just love this highlight. It's so pretty. I feel like the lighting's now suddenly off because I had to turn my camera off and on again because I was looking for an eyeliner that was right in front of me. I didn't even have to get up. But I'm going to take the Pixi Eye Brighten liner, Eye Bright liner, just to pop in my waterline. It's a nude liner. It's nothing crazy. Just nice and cute and bright and awake. And really that's it for this look. I know it's very quick and simple, but I like it. I think it's pretty. I'm gonna put on my lashes, put on something on my lips, finish the other eye, and we will regroup. So this is the end of look number 3. I went with the same lashes, Sugarpill Plush, and my lips is that Wet n Wild gloss. This is the Jade one. I think it's cute. I like the shine in it. I like the little micro sparkles. That's all I can really say. I guess we will just move on to the end of the video now. That's it. Those are my looks. What do you think? Which look was your favorite? I liked all of them, but I really liked the first look. I really liked that just dramatic, cool toned, silvery, smoky look. It was really cute, and I don't do looks like that very often, and I liked it. But I also really like the simple one. I think it's just very springy fresh, you know? I don't know what my jewelry is with my spider choker and my cacti earrings, and we're going for a look today apparently. Let's talk about the palette now. Like I said, I think it was in look number 2. This is never going to be the palette I just reach for when I'm wanting to play with blue and green eyeshadows. It's just not the one that I'm going to gravitate towards. I have other blue-green palettes that I like a lot more. This one just isn't the best. It's not bad. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the formula. I didn't have issues like other people seemed to. I feel like the formula is fine enough for like Morphe quality. It's not something I would necessarily feel the need to run out and buy now the way I did when it first released, because I was a lot more of a Jaclyn Hill lover. Not that I'm against Jaclyn Hill, but I don't feel the need to run out and buy everything she puts her name on anymore. But it's fine. It's good enough. I don't think anyone needs to run out and buy it now if you don't already have it. But if you have it, it's fine. Play with it. Maybe this will give you some inspiration. I enjoyed playing with it the last few days. I thought it was fun to revisit it. And I look forward to revisiting the other Vault collection palettes eventually. And I think next week we're going to do the Blush Tribe Paulina palette. That palette is bomb. I'm so excited to play with it. But yeah, what do you guys think of this palette? Do you like yours? Do you have it? Do you not have it? Do you dislike yours? Do you like my looks? I want to hear all your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post at least 5 days a week, but it's usually 6 or 7. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.